The Kansas City Chiefs are the first team to clinch an AFC playoff spot, but there are plenty more clinching scenarios in Week 14. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Billievers Talk. My name is Joe, and welcome to this AFC Playoff Picture edition of Billievers Talk. After 13 weeks of the 2020 NFL season, we're going to talk about the current AFC Playoff Picture. One team clinched last week, and there are plenty more clinching scenarios this week going into Week 14. Again, thank you guys for joining me. My name is Joe. If you're new to this channel, guys, we're doing this every single week until the end of the season, going over the playoff preview for the AFC when it comes to the playoffs in 2020. 2020 has been a crazy year, guys, but we want to make sure you're all up to date on the playoff clinching scenarios as they happen. And again, we already had one team clinch. We'll talk about that, and we'll talk about some clinching scenarios, talk about some big games coming up this weekend in the AFC playoff picture. So first, we want to say congratulations to the first team in the AFC to clinch a playoff spot. That's your number 2 seed, the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs clinch a playoff spot after their victory last weekend. So good job to them. Currently still the number 2 seed, but with a loss to the Washington football team. The Pittsburgh Steelers now are 11-1, making themselves just a little more vulnerable when it comes to that number 1 overall seed. You have the Pittsburgh Steelers still sitting at the 1 seed after their loss to the Washington football team. Kansas City, like we said, clinching that number 2, or clinching a playoff spot, still sitting at number 2, also 11-1 on the season. You got the Buffalo Bills at 9-3 as the 3 seed. They move up from the 4 seed last week to the 3 seed. The Tennessee Titans, with their loss over against the Cleveland Browns, dropped them to the 4 seed, sitting at 8-4. Now you look at the wild card scenario right now. First, talk about that Cleveland Brown team who had an impressive victory against the Tennessee Titans. They're sitting at 9-3. They're sitting at the number 5 seed overall, first wild card position, sitting at 8-4, and the number 2 wild card position, the Miami Dolphins, and then sitting in that 7th seed, the number 3 wild card seed, you got the Indianapolis Colts, also 8-4 on the season. Looking on the outside looking in, you got a few teams. I say there are 3 teams in the AFC on the outside looking in that still potentially can get into the playoffs. If you think there are other teams, let me know in the comment section. But here's the 3 teams that I think are on the outside that could potentially make a playoff push. First, you have the Las Vegas Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders sitting at 7-5, barely beating the New York, New Jersey football Jets. I thought that was a crazy game, crazy ending. Greg Williams, defensive coordinator for the Jets, already has been fired after that call on that long Hail Mary play where he called for a blitz. I don't understand what he was thinking. Neither did the Jets management, because he was fired 2 days after that decision. I'm surprised it took him 2. I mean, again, the Jets almost had their first victory, and then just have that letdown, right? Everyone thought the Jets might get a win, and Derek Carr throws the ball up to the Ruggs, I believe it was, for the touchdown, and the Raiders come away with a victory. They snatched victory away from the hands of defeat, so good job for them. They're currently on the outside looking at 7-5. Another 7-5 team that won just yesterday. The Baltimore Ravens defeated the Dallas Cowboys on Tuesday Night Football, which is why this video, instead of being posted on Tuesday, is being posted on Wednesday. I still expect to have my picks out either later today or tomorrow, so make sure you're on the lookout for those as well. So they are also sitting at 7-5, currently the 8th seed, and then you have those pesky New England Patriots who play Thursday Night Football this week against the LA Rams, sitting at 6-6. You know, they're close. They're close, guys. I mean, everyone wants them to say they're out of the playoff picture, but they're not. Truth is, they're sitting right there. So those are the 3 teams on the outside looking in that I have. Again, every other team has at least 8 losses in the AFC, so I just don't think that they're going to make the playoffs at 8-8. Again, let me know if you think I'm wrong, but right now you have 6 teams vying for 3 spots in the wild card. You still have your 4 division leaders. I just don't see a team coming up and stopping any of those other teams from doing that, making the playoffs. So again, you talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers and the #1 overall seed. They have yet to clinch a playoff spot, even though they are 11-1. However, with a win on Sunday Night Football against our Buffalo Bills, the Pittsburgh Steelers will clinch a playoff spot. So here we are going into week 14. It's as simple as win and you're in for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, they can still clinch the AFC North as well. So if they win on Sunday Night Football against our Buffalo Bills, and then the Browns lose on Monday Night Football against the Baltimore Ravens, boom, the Pittsburgh Steelers are your AFC North division champions for the 2020 season. So if they win and the Browns lose, they clinch the AFC North. If they simply beat the Bills on Sunday, they clinch a playoff spot. Again, the Kansas City Chiefs have already clinched a playoff spot. What do they have to do to clinch the AFC West? Well, it's very simple for them as well. They have one of 2 scenarios for them to clinch the AFC West. Either the Kansas City Chiefs will beat the Miami Dolphins on Sunday, which Bills fans are hoping for, by the way. Either the Kansas City Chiefs will beat the Dolphins on Sunday. That would give them a clinching AFC West. Or if the Raiders lose on Sunday, then the Kansas City Chiefs will go ahead and clinch the division that way as well. So either the Chiefs will win and win the AFC West, or the Raiders can lose and the Chiefs will still clinch the AFC West. The Chiefs already clinching a playoff spot. Looking at the #3 seed, our Buffalo Bills, they do have a way to clinch the playoffs. They do not have a way to clinch the division just yet. Those Dolphins, those pesky Dolphins, only a game back. So we do have to remember that when we think about this game on Sunday night. Again, the Buffalo Bills playing the Pittsburgh Steelers in Buffalo. Huge playoff implications in this game. I think that this game is going to be a fun one to watch if you're a Bills fan, if you're a Steelers fan, or if you're just a fan of football. So make sure you tune in right here on Billievers Talk. We're going to have this game covered. We're going to do the live play-by-play and reaction while we watch the game together, and we can comment on the good and the bad for our Buffalo Bills. Or if you're a Steelers fan, you can watch it as well. But if if the Bills beat the Steelers on Sunday Night Football, and there are a few other and scenarios. It's not going to be easy for the Bills to clinch a playoff spot this week, but it can be done. So if the Bills win and the Ravens lose on Monday night, and the Dolphins lose to the Chiefs on Sunday, and the Raiders lose on Sunday, and the Patriots lose tomorrow to the Rams. So if those 5 things happen, the Bills win, the Dolphins, Ravens, Patriots, and Raiders all lose, the Bills clinch themselves a playoff spot. Not exactly win and you're in, but still a win will go a long way to help in the playoff status. And listen, to be able to have a chance to clinch by week 14 is something to be proud of, and something that people should remember. There's only one team in the AFC clinched right now, and that's the Kansas City Chiefs. So the Bills technically could be the 2nd team in the AFC to clinch a playoff spot. Those are the only 3 teams that have any clinching scenarios going into week 14, okay? You still have the Tennessee Titans battling with the Indianapolis Colts. They're neck and neck. I believe the Titans are sitting at 7-4, and the Colts are also 7-4, but the Titans do, 8-4, and the Colts are 8-4, but the Titans do have that tiebreaker against the Indianapolis Colts. So you have the Titans sitting at 8-4 after their loss to the Cleveland Browns on Sunday. Just kind of didn't show up in the first half, and we saw that on the field. The Cleveland Browns took advantage of that, and with 4 passing touchdowns by Baker Mayfield, by far the best game of his career. A big statement win for the Cleveland Browns. And speaking of the Cleveland Browns, they're currently the first wild card team, sitting there with the 5th seed overall. If the playoffs were to start today, we would see a rematch of the Tennessee Titans playing against the Cleveland Browns. Sitting at the 5th seed right now, or the 6th seed right now, you have the Miami Dolphins. If the playoffs start today, you would have a division rivalry game in the first round. You'd have our Buffalo Bills playing against the Miami Dolphins in the first round of the playoffs. And then the 7th seed right now, you got the Indianapolis Colts. If the playoffs start today, the Colts we were playing the Kansas City Chiefs. Not exactly a matchup someone's looking forward to. I wouldn't look forward to the Chiefs. Again, I personally believe after the game we saw on Monday night for our Buffalo Bills beating the 49ers, I personally believe that we can play against any team. The only team we might have to fear are those Kansas City Chiefs. And we'll find out this Sunday just how good we are when we play the Pittsburgh Steelers. Some of the teams on the outside looking in, guys, I have 3 teams in the AFC that are still on the outside looking in, could potentially make some noise, get on a little bit of a hot streak, and find themselves in the AFC playoff picture. First, you have the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders coming so close to losing to the New Jersey Jets. They pull it out last second thanks to Greg Williams deciding to blitz on a last-second Hail Mary. Greg Williams has since been fired as the defensive coordinator of the Jets, and the Raiders come away with a victory, barely beating the Jets. Jets almost getting the first win. So close, but they didn't quite do it. So the Raiders are sitting on the outside looking in right now. Same thing with the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson's back. Let's see if they can make a playoff push. They beat the Dallas Cowboys last night on Tuesday Night Football. So let's see what they can do if Lamar Jackson can get this team back to the playoffs. And then you have the 6-6, and I hate saying it, but they're still right there. The Evil Empire, the New England Patriots, sitting there at the 9 seed, currently hoping that they can get a hot streak again. They play tomorrow night against the LA Rams. Let's see if they can win that one and continue to make this playoff push. They still play the Dolphins. They still play the Bills. There's still a lot to be decided for the New England Patriots. So again, that is your playoff picture. Those are your playoff teams, and those are some clinching scenarios. Some big games this weekend. If you're looking at big AFC games, you got the Kansas City Chiefs playing against the Miami Dolphins. Huge playoff implications in that game. Again, the Chiefs can clinch the division, can move ahead of the Steelers with the #1 overall seed, and the Miami Dolphins still looking to stay alive in that wild card chase. You got the Sunday night football game. You got the Buffalo Bills playing against the Baltimore Ravens. Should be huge as far as playoff implications are concerned. Again, the Steelers can clinch the North and a playoff spot with a win over the Buffalo Bills if the Browns lose on Monday. And that's another huge AFC matchup this weekend. You got the Cleveland Browns playing against the Baltimore Ravens. All huge matchups, all including AFC playoff teams. So you have to pay attention to those 3 matchups in particular. But there are some fun matchups to watch. You got the Rams-Patriots game tomorrow night. That should be a good one. That should be a fun one, especially if you want to see the Patriots get knocked out of playoff contention, guys. Because I believe that it's going to take 10-6 to make it in the playoffs in the AFC. Let me know if you agree in the comment section. Do you think a 9-17 will be able to squeak in? Or would you agree with me that will be 10-6 or better to get into the AFC playoff? Again, let me know in the comment section what you think. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, like this video, and leave a comment. What do you think about the current AFC playoff picture, and what are you looking forward to as we come to the end of the 2020 NFL season? I look forward to talking to you all soon. Until I do, go Bills.